Hello! Welcome back to Voluminum. This is episode 21, and I'm just doing a little bit of decorating here. Just a little bit of decorating of the old gold farm that is no more. Since we're updated to 1.16, this farm no longer worked because it was not made out of magma blocks, meaning all the piglins could spawn, not just the zombified piglins, those guys over there. We also made gnembon's new gold farm, the XP looting one, with the crafting setup and everything, so that superior in every way to this one meant this one was obsolete. So, what I actually did to this one, before I started burning it down, was captured a bunch of piglins and made a bartering setup. I'm sure you've seen plenty of these before. If not, I'll just show you really quickly. All you gotta do is drop these piglins some gold, and they will give you items. So let me turn this on really quick. I've just got this based on a clock. Let's go into free cam. It probably needs gold first. Okay. I'll get some gold in a minute and show you, but yeah, this thing is insane. I captured, I think there's 17 here. Conveniently, I didn't count either. I just kind of captured enough until I got tired of it, and then I was like, okay, I'm done wrangling up these piglins. But it turns out they actually dropped 17 different kinds of items, which I thought was kind of funny. And before the sorting system was here, I actually just had maybe 6 double chests and was like, yeah, that'll do. So I filled all the droppers with gold ingots, went AFK, and came back to a lot of frame rate lag because all the items were sitting in these hoppers. They couldn't be picked up fast enough. All the chests were full, and I had wasted a lot of gold. So my plan here is to add an off switch when the system gets full at about that hopper there. This is overflow, these chests here. But when the sorting systems are full, I want to turn the system off. So I'll take a comparator signal from like this hopper here maybe, or that one. Once it starts getting full, then it'll turn the clock off, so I'm not dispensing any more gold and wasting more. Didn't want this space up here to go to waste though, because I did build this bartering system. And this is no fancy looking thing, but I figured I didn't want to just tear down or leave up the old farm here, made out of strictly wood. And it also, when the mob switch is not on, it's on right now, but so I can work in peace. But when the mob switch is not on, I don't have tons of piglins and, you know, things spawning over here while I'm trying to just use the bartering station. So I figured just let it all burn. But I also am going to work on at least the bottom ring here. I left the bottom ring up just to kind of signify what it was. And I'll probably take the glass down. Maybe leave the glass, I don't know. Maybe change the color of the glass, make it darker. But I wanted to do some decorating with the new blocks here, and I think this black stone looks really cool. This is my favorite new block. The gilded blackstone looks amazing. It looks so intricate and really, I don't know. I don't want to harvest gold from it ever. I just want to have it and use it to build with because it looks so cool. And I experimented with just some, you know, ground decoration here. I might do the first ring, or I might spread this around in the bottom ring. I might not, because that will actually defeat the purpose of things spawning down here, or spawning up here when I'm up here using the bartering station. So I might just have this outer ring be mostly empty, apart from, you know, some stone in the middle. And another really cool block is the crying obsidian, and it actually gives off a little bit of light. Not very much light, but just a little bit of light. I don't think I'll be able to spam this enough, or actually probably could with how much I've gotten from this. Yeah, this is, I've got a pretty good bit of crying obsidian, but I don't want to use it too much, so I think I'm actually going to go get some shroom lights and do some lighting up that way. That way if I do put a floor to this ring here, I can light it up and not have to worry about spawns, and it'll just be kind of a remnant. And these guys survived the update to 116. So I'm gonna leave these guys out here. They don't count to the mob cap, so they're just kind of hanging out, and I think they'll just be the elder guards that were part of a once efficient gold farm. I just wanted to give you a little update. I'm gonna do some decorating and experimenting with things right here. It's not gonna be too much, I don't think. I'll just do some decorating and trying some things out, and we'll see what I come up with. Alright, welcome back. I've done some building and destroying here and there, and I'm pleased with the results so far. This madness. So I kind of just went crazy and let the entire thing burn down, and I kept this bottom ring here, and instead of filling all this floor in, I just kind of worked and gave it some land mass here and there throughout the ring. The only thing I'm not pleased with is the amount of spawning spaces that are still up here that are still a problem. But luckily, I do have a mob switch, so normally that's on, but in times I do log out and log in. It's a single player, so I've got to restart the mob switch, if I want to set up here in AFK, but it's not really a big issue since I'm just up here, like I said, AFK. I can even AFK down there, and as long as these chunks are loaded, it's fine. Because this is just a bartering system. I'm not trying to get XP, it's just for drops. But anyways, so I've just planted a bunch of trees, really, kind of spruce the place up. Some of these vines here and there. I like these ones that just go directly up. Woo! But you can't stand on the top of it. But yeah, you can get up here and I can move around. And I chopped a bunch of this glass up here around the trees just to kind of cement in that like broken down effect. Like 116's taken over the old gold farm, the old ring gold farm, and even these days you can still build the rings out of magma blocks, but it seems most everyone these days is actually using turtle eggs for their gold farms, and gnembon's design is very popular, obviously, so a lot of people are also going with that, where they just fall down to you instead of the aggro one. But yeah, this is, let me go into free cam, just what I came up with here, and I tore the glass down at the top here and kind of planted some of those weeping vines, I think they're called. And I've got our alarm pigment here. Oh, this guy's about to fall off. But yeah, this is just something I thought would look interesting. Let's fly away. It definitely definitely looks interesting. So if we fly off here, instead of flying back and seeing the old gold farm, we see this crazy looking orbital looking thing. We fly up there to the actual pigmen. Woo! Or piglins that are doing the bartering for us. So, did I go over this? I think I went over this. But basically it's on a clock to where it's dropping these out of these droppers. They're catching it and dropping the drops into the hoppers and then going over the sorters. There you go. And they'll drop some goodies for us. Woo! Okay, so the downfall is we're limited to hopper speed, which is pretty slow with when you've got 17 pigmen dropping different items each time gold is dispensed. So, oh man, these guys are noisy. Let's turn them down a little bit. So let's go up here and look what I've done. I really simply just extended the signal, so it's a pretty long clock. Like I think I've got a stack of items in here. So this is super slow, but I don't lose any items on the ground. So what was happening is that it was triggering too often, and they were just dropping items, and these hoppers can't keep up. So they were just sitting on the hoppers and despawning. So I was wasting gold, and that's actually one thing I tried to fix and avoid with this redstone line here, where I was talking about the once these chests fill up. If it backs up to here, the overflow, it'll turn the system off. So it just sends a signal up to the clock here, and we'll stop dispensing gold if we don't have any more storage for it. But this is just the beginner bartering farm. that I wanted to work with and see how crazy these things are, and they are insane. You get all these different items, and you get tons of it. I've got tons of soul sand and gravel. Oh my god, I have so much gravel. Not a lot of this actually, but I mean, free quartz is amazing. This is really the main attractor for me. But I'm gonna probably do one with a much better pickup system than this. Thinking just probably like them standing on standing on hoppers like they are now, kind of, but pointing into droppers that would activate when items go into it, so they would immediately drop out, and then I'll do kind of a slimestone ice system to push the items across. With the next system I build, I won't keep all the items, like these iron nuggets. No reason for me to keep all those. Probably won't keep the fire charges, the string I don't need, but I'll keep the rest of it because it's pretty good. I won't need ender pearls too, so yeah, I'll just probably knock all these 3 out and just keep the rest. And then as far as overflow, I think anything not sorted that I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna chuck into lava or cactus. Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay, we're back. So, yeah, the next bartering system that I make will be bigger and much better sorted than just these hoppers, because this is really slowing down the system, or slowing down the whole thing a lot. I think I'll have to AFK here for like the next 2 weeks to get rid of all this gold that I've got. Let's see. Somehow gold keeps ending up in here. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I bet one of these piglins isn't picking up the gold that's being dispensed. Or being dropped. I'll have to keep a watch on it. That's got to be why. Some of it's being picked up and some of it just goes into the hopper. So maybe... I was talking with some people in Discord, and I think there's a good chance that them being separated just with a trap door, when the items are dropped, there's a chance they could stack into a one. So, oh yeah, see, this guy isn't picking up any gold. This guy wasn't either, I don't think. So yeah, that probably just dropped right down into the hoppers and went along. So that's a thing. Yeah, so I in no means intend for this to be my only bartering setup in this world. Where'd this guy go? No, we lost an alarm pigman. I bet I know what it was. I had a ghast spawn here while I was AFKing. Actually, not while I was AFKing, while I was building some of this decor, and the mob switch was not on, and it took me off guard, and I just kind of... It hit one of those trees before I even heard the second shot, and then it shot again while I was over here somewhere, and I flew off. So it probably knocked the guy off. Ugh. Oh well. Like I said, in no means is this my gonna be my only bartering setup. I'm gonna do an improved one. I think, I don't know about this episode. Maybe it depends kind of where things go. I've kind of started on some other projects. One I will is gonna be secret for now. But that's it for the bartering system I've set up here. I'm happy with what this is. This is, like I said, it's kind of a learning experience for me, because I just wanted to set this up in some of a quick fashion and just get some of the drops that these guys give out since I updated to 1.16. But I'm sure you've noticed that down there as I've been panning around the camera. This, not much to say about really. This is just El Mango's Basalt generator, and it is legit TNT. I think I'm pretty close to being out though. Yeah, I don't have much left. This thing uses quite a lot, but it is a really efficient blast chamber. Let's see if I can turn it on and not kill my FPS. I am using sodium, by the way. Sodium, I definitely recommend it. It's not out officially, but there is a test build out in the Jellysquid Discord if you want to go check that out. But yeah, it helps with client FPS a ton. I'm getting like 80 around average FPS opposed to like the 30 that I was getting with this thing. But this thing is insane. produces a ton of basalt. What am I going to use it for? I have no clue. But it's just one of the things I wanted to build. With all these new 116 blocks, I just wanted to try it out and see how, see what it was like. This thing wasn't too bad to build. I had to go fetch a bunch of blue ice. I won't go into how it works. It's pretty simple though. It's just basically, if you don't know, when lava flows into a block next to blue ice, it turns into basalt. And so this basically is on a clock when I turn the switch on to where it's pushing up the basalt and then pushing it over to the middle. And then these pistons here push it down after this goes back and forth a couple times. And then we drop TNT and blow it up. It's pretty nice. And the basalt, yeah, it's coming in nice. This is just one of the 116 farms I wanted to make, and it does look kind of menacing, doesn't it? But I kind of want to do a nice decorative build around it. Not sure what I want to build yet though, so I'm just kind of letting it simmer. But yeah, we are on a good pace with these 116 blocks and 116 items that we're getting here. So we got basalt, got our bartering station up there, and right over here next to the slime farm where these this little nano farm that I made a while back and my little concrete converter, I'm still using this to convert my concrete. I built this little crimson fungus and warp fungus farm. This is also all mangoes. This thing's just really tiny and neat, and I thought I would just throw it up here because I wanted to plant a bunch of those trees at the bartering place that I worked on. You just put the bone meal in here, and this is really neat. It has two modes where you can get the warped roots and fungus and the crimson roots and fungus. This is really cool. I think I've got it set to crimson right now, but then you want to do the warped. Hit that note block. These double piston or triple piston extenders, push it back to where that's in the middle, so when this is bone milled, it'll spread to the surrounding area. It's pretty nice. It's very simple to set up. One of these very simple builds. We turn it on. Yeah. Notice around some of these blocks over here near that crimson, you get some of the crimson stuff as well, but it's not a big deal. You know, if you just want the warp stuff. And then the cool thing is after this clock is turned off, it starts another little clock down there to flush all the water, or to flush all the items off twice in case anything gets stuck, and then it's off. We've got our items coming into here. Nice. So you may have noticed I've got a pretty good grip on the new farms, the 116 farms. We've got our bartering set up there. We've got our basalt farm behind me here, and hopefully Blackstone farm when we find out whether or not Blackstone will be renewable in a new update soon. As of right now, it is not renewable, so Blackstone is something I'll have to get manually. But if it's renewable in a similar fashion of this basalt, where ice and lava, or blue ice and lava could make Blackstone, if the soul sand wasn't there or something like that, I don't know. Either way, and we've got a fungus farm for the fungi trees. We don't have a crimson and warped nelium farm, but we don't really need that, I don't think. I'll probably end up getting that manually, just digging. But we don't have an actual farm for the fungi trees, these new ones here. Let's see if I can get these to grow. Aha! This was not great. Let me get this thing out of the way. And we use a hoe. Got a trusty hoe for this. And this one should be the warped. Beautiful. Yeah, this one actually came with some shroom lights. So, I don't have a farm for these. There are farms out there. There's one by Raiseworks and El Mango, K Dender that I've seen where it uses a huge piston wall to push them over a blast chamber, and then TNT falls down and blows them up. I think Raised Works doesn't push them. It just, you just grow a tree and the blocks are pushed one block over and a TNT falls down to the bottom and then the middle and then the top to blow it all up where you get. And the reason you have to use TNT is because these aren't like the normal tree farms over there where you can just break the leaves, because these aren't actually leaves, these are warts. Like, these are the warped wart block, and the other ones are the nether wart block. I'm interested in doing those, but before we can actually farm these things, I'm going to need a lot of TNT, and since I'm not duping in this world, I'm going to need a pretty efficient blast chamber and a good amount of TNT. And that's where this place comes in. Over the weekend, I've done some work here. This used to be a desert temple out here in this desert, and I've enabled the carpet feature to allow husks to spawn in desert temples. Now, husks normally do spawn in desert biomes anyways, but they exclusively spawn in the desert temples with this carpet feature. And I added a Datapack so they drop sand, and I'll just enable the gamma override so you can see inside that farm there. This is one actually VK Tech designed and sent to Dragon Slayer, and he sent to me. So thanks guys for that. It's just a shifting floor, and so they fall down. It's pretty simple, and it's just tripwire based to where once it detects something in there, they'll fall down. Let me go in free cam so these mobs don't kill me. You can't see them right now, and I've got to fix the clock to where, like, see this guy here, he's just chilling. I've got to fix this clock to where it's activating this non-stop, even if something gets caught in there. But, so they'll fall down. I don't have the minecarts on right now, so this is just kind of gonna despawn. But I've got the storage system set up already. They fall down, these minecarts will pick all the drops up and send them along to these shulker box loaders, and they'll be sorted and loaded into boxes, and those boxes will be sent up all the way up to the AFK spot up here. And so this will help me have an automatic way of getting sand. Now, I know this isn't vanilla, but to me this is better than duping sand. I think it's more interesting anyway, at least to where I have to make a good farm in order to get the sand. But I also need gunpowder. Even though I do have a general mob farm in the starting area, I'm going to make a creeper exclusive farm in this area as well. The location of this creeper farm is to be determined. I might put it just over there or over there, but it's going to be in this area, and this is going to be my TNT making perimeter, basically, like my TNT factory area, because I need a lot of it, and for a couple reasons. One, for the just previously mentioned fungi farm, to farm those legit instead of duping TNT. I need plenty of TNT to farm those trees. And two, we need to destroy the end island still to work on Project Veer. So there's a lot to be done with TNT, and there's a lot of work to do here as well. I still haven't spawn proofed this area. I'm gonna make it look better. The plan is just to flatten all this out and slab it up with blackstone, with a mixture of blackstone and quartz and sea lanterns, and it'll look really cool. But I just wanted to give you an update and show that's what's happening. Once we get this area set up to where we're producing TNT constantly, we'll be really good to go, and we'll be set to blast the end island and any tree farms that we build in the future. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.